Hi, and welcome back to the Spare Room Convos Podcast. This is the podcast where we have conversations about various things in our spare room. I'm Brendan Ford, and I am joined by the awesome and forever beautiful Brooke Kuzma.
Hey guys.
Brooke, I ask you this question every single episode.
Every week.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
It's always pretty good. I'm waiting for like the one day you're like, I'm just doing crappy as hell. Like, I hate everything right now.
Well, honestly, I mean, like, the beginning of the month, it's a new month. It's July 1st. Crazy. But at the beginning of the month when we had, like, a bunch of house stuff going on and, like, the dogs were sick, like, I don't think I said I was good in that episode.
True.
Like, that was, like, genuinely the most stressful week ever. And, I don't know, this week has been pretty chill.
Yeah, it's been all right. Besides PK. Eating a squeaker, like,
yeah.
PK ate, like, what's the thing? It's not called, like, a squeaker, is it? Is it like just, like, a squeaker ball, basically? Like, the little part inside of a toy that makes it squeak?
It is a squeaker, so, like,
I thought squeaker was, like, the name for overall toy that squeaks. Like, he didn't eat the entire toy. He ate the piece.
I don't think
like
so.
the mechanism that makes the squeaking noise.
No, I'm right. He ate the squeaker that was in a stuffed animal. He tore it out and ate it. Like, swallowed the whole thing. So, we've been waiting 2 days now.
For it to come out of either end, like, either the front or, like, the back. And it's not popping up anywhere. So,
and the vet is, like, adamant that it's going to come out. For the most part. Like, that lady I talked to, she's like, give it time. It's going to come out. I was like,
well, from what you told me, it's rather, like, big.
I mean, to come out of that, yeah.
Pause.
Like, it's like a 2-inch squeaker. But, like,
so, that'd be kind of, well, the point I'm trying to make is it'd be kind of tough to come out of the back end.
It might hurt a little.
Right? So, it seems like the front end is, like, a better...
Yeah,
like, to go out the way that it came in.
Yeah, but now is it, like, too deep for that to happen? I don't know.
I would think so, right? People only puke from what's inside their, like, stomach, not, like, inside their intestine, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, he's thrown up a whole sock before.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
This dude just cannot be chill. Like, he's always something with him.
Yeah, he will eat literally anything. As you can tell, we just said he ate a sock, he ate a squeaker. He will not be stopped.
And I thought, like, animals are supposed to have that natural instinct to, like, survive. Like, I feel like just eating anything you see is, like, that's not smart, right? Because what if he was out in, like, the wild and they just eat whatever they, like, see?
He missed that.
Like, what if he got, like, poisoned by something?
Seriously, though, no. He missed that instinct because if we weren't here... How would he survive, like you said? Like,
I mean, he eats anything that's on, like, a floor. Like, if a bug is on like, the floor, he's like, yes, that's my, like, appetizer.
Yeah.
A sock, he said. A leaf. Sometimes, like, his own, like, hair, like a little hairball on the ground. Like, anything. Like, he sees and he just, like, destroys.
Yeah. Sticks outside. Leaves outside. Grass.
It's wild.
What else has he ate? I don't know. He's had a rock in his mouth before. I'm like, you cannot eat that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he genuinely doesn't know what's food and what's not. That's just how hungry he is, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of things being wild.
Yes.
People at concerts right now?
Wild.
Are wild. What is going on?
Yeah, so... Our first topic is talking about people wilding at some concerts, right? So the first one I think I saw of somebody was Dua Lipa. So during her concert, a guy threw his phone at her.
Which, what was, like, the play there? Like,
I'm pretty sure he said that, like, he did it because he thought it would be, like, funny. Like, who told you throwing a phone at somebody's face, causing them to get stitches would be funny?
Yeah, see, I thought he was going for, like, the angle of, like, if he threw his phone on stage,
like,
he'd be like,
hey,
can you put your, like, phone number in here type thing? That's what initially I thought. Why would you just, like, chuck your phone? Like,
but he, like, chucked it at her head. Like, not even toss it on the stage. Like, that'd be different. Like, okay, if I'm a celebrity singing on stage somebody threw their phone, like, toss it on the stage. You know, you can pick it up, take a selfie, whatever, throw it back. But, like, he, like, chucked it at her. Like, her eyebrow. She had to get stitches.
I mean, he had to have gotten, like, arrested, right? At least. Because that's, like, assault, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I think he got charged with assault.
Yeah, you can't just be throwing your phone at people's heads.
Yeah.
Especially when they're on stage singing.
Exactly. And then Chelsea Ballerini, just the other day, I think, a fan, not as bad, but, like, threw a bracelet at her face, and it, like, just had, like, hit her in the eye, and she was just, like, thrown off. She said she was, like, a little scared and wasn't just, like, thrown off and wasn't sure, like, what the whole idea was. Like, obviously, I think that one was a little more innocent, but, like, you can't just be throwing things at singers while they're performing.
Yeah, let's just, like, stop throwing things at concerts, like, in general. Like,
right, like, go back.
Other people in, like, the crowd, people on stage, like, let's just act normal, please. I feel like after COVID, right, after everyone was inside their own homes for months on end,
right,
people go out in, like, the public now and can't act properly. It's like,
seriously.
Dude. Like, and the second point I want to bring up is, how are these people, like, so accurate? Like, if you're out in the crowd and you're throwing a bracelet, like, you hit someone in the eye, like, you know how, like, pinpoint you have to be? Like, that's some, like, Hawkeye from, like, Marvel stuff, like, for real.
That is so true, because I be trying to throw something and it does not go where it's supposed to. Like, that is true. Like, for you to be able to, like, straight on hit some celebrity in the face.
Like, in the crowd, like, you have no space to even, like, full motion, follow through, like.
That's why.
Are these people, like, training? Like, are they going?
No, seriously.
Are they going, like, out back and just, like, tossing shit?
Like, I'm prepped for this my whole life.
That's wild, though.
Literally crazy. But the most wild, I think, that I've seen that happen recently is the artist Pink at a concert.
Oh, no.
This girl, I think it was a girl, don't know, threw her mom's ashes on stage. A bag of ashes.
Her ashes?
A bag of ashes on the stage. And, like, Pink, it's, like, the video of her, like, picking it up. She's like, this is your mom's ashes? She's like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, that's so weird.
That's weird on, like, a different front.
Like, that's a whole nother level.
Than the first two stories you told. Because,
right.
The throw your mom on stage? Dog, like, what? Did the bag, like, just go, like open up and went like ashes everywhere?
It looked like a Ziploc baggie or something. They just, like, tossed up there, and she was like...
So this person was, like, by, like, the actual stage then, and just kind of did, like, a little beanbag toss.
It didn't, like, hit her, I don't think, but it was, like, on stage.
That's wild. She's like, Mom, I want you up there with, like, Pink. This was your, like, dream you said. Boom.
Like, my mom loves Pink, but if she died, I would not throw her ashes on stage. Like, I don't know, like... what went through the mind process of that.
Maybe that was her mom's, like, last wish, you know? And it's like, hey.
Sure.
I want to go on stage with Pink.
Maybe in a necklace form or something, you know? Like,
that's just wild, though. Because what if, like, from, like, a sentimental piece, like, what if the bag is, like, exploded?
Right,
and the ashes went everywhere. Then now he's just, like, lost your mom's ashes forever.
Literally... That's true. I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, like, why...
Like, why would you even want to do that?
I don't know. My question is just why. Like, why?
I'm telling you, people don't know how to act now after COVID. It's just like, it's a wild, wild west out here now.
Wild, wild west. No, for real. Like, can people just chill? Like, I don't know. Like, what was it with us just being locked up with our own thoughts that, like, people don't know how to act now? I don't know.
I guess weird. People have always been crazy throughout time.
Yeah, but it seems...
Now it feels like it's more because there's so much more exposure, like, because of social media. Like, we see videos of, like, everything nowadays.
That's true.
So, like, maybe, like, it seems more, but it seems like a lot of people are just, like, acting crazy as hell.
That's true. And people do things for, like, clout and, like, a video type thing too, but I don't even know if these instances were necessarily for that. So it's just even more weird. Like, okay, I get something, like, sometimes people do weird stuff in public to, like, get a video out of it, but, like,
yeah, the guy who said, I thought it'd be, like, funny. It's like, so that's, like, a common theme I've seen lately is, like, people will do whatever for, like, a little bit of, like, clout.
Right.
a little bit of clout. Like, not even a whole lot. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, if I could make a video of me throwing my phone at someone's head and it gets like thousands of like views, hell yeah, I'm going to go like do that.
Right.
Regardless if I'm going to get like arrested or not.
Hell yeah. Charged with assault? I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Literally wild.
He's like, I got 50 retweets though. It's like, okay. Like, that's like the common theme though. Like, for real. Like, people doing whatever for clout, attention, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gotta stop. Like, I am all fun for like a little joke, but like, I don't know. I guess just some people don't know how to take it not to the extreme level, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's facts.
It reminds me of that funny show we watched where the guy's pretending in the episode to chuck the fake water on him.
Oh, I think you should leave with Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the one where he's trying to chuck the water and then the
He
guy
does it
actually
fast.
does pour the water on him and he's like, now everybody's mad at you. He's like, I took it too far.
That really is people.
Like, literally, like, he was all fun and jokes, and then the guy...
Well, this was so funny because he was taking it too far, too. And then, like... Yeah, that show is awesome. We should do, like, a deep dive on that show sometime. I always forget to like, bring it up. But I've been watched that, like, the 3 seasons, so...
Yeah.
People probably don't know what we're, like, talking about.
Yeah.
But the show, I think you should leave with Tim Robinson on Netflix, is a must-watch.
Literally
like,
hilarious.
You all have probably seen memes or clips from that show and realized, or didn't realize what show that was from.
Yeah.
And it's called I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. There's 3 seasons. Each episode is like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's full of like skits. And we watched it over like maybe 48 hours.
Yeah.
We watched the entire show, or entire series, and it was so damn funny. Like, I was, like, crying tears.
Literally hilarious. Like, Bren laughs a lot, but, like, I've never heard him laugh
Bren laughs
so
a lot.
hard. I've never heard him laugh so hard at a show
That was,
before. Like,
dude, I love that show.
it was hilarious, actually. Like, so funny. Like Bren said, it's just a bunch of little skits, and it goes by so fast, but... Like, once you see an episode, you'll know what we're talking about. Like, you'll find the ones that, like, I'm sure everyone's seen it on TikTok. Like, it's hilarious.
Yes, it's so funny. All right, Brooke, I think we should kind of change gears here. We kind of went down a deep rabbit hole on Tim Robinson.
But hey, it's a good show, so got in a good rec there. So
yeah, the people come here to learn about shows, and boom,
exactly.
we got one for them.
Got one.
Brooke, I kind of want to talk to you about something. It's been affecting me for a while, but more recently because like summertime, I kind of want to go hang out with my friends and whatnot. But I feel like this can resonate with a lot of people in their 20s.
Yeah.
So all of my best friends live in like different states.
Yeah.
Like, and that sucks because I can only see them few times a year.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky, maybe more like once or twice. And it's like it's like a weird journey with like friends, right? Cuz first like I went with like, grade school with the same people. So I had like the same best friends for like ever.
Yeah.
Like since like the 2nd grade basically.
Right.
Went through high school, whatever. And then once we, graduated high school, we spread out, we kind of go our separate ways, go to different colleges and whatnot.
Right.
Then in college, you make more friends.
Separate friends.
Right? Yeah. Like you have your separate friend group, your like college friends. And then once you guys graduate from college or whatever, you kind of dispersed again across the country. It's like, damn. So now like all my like really close friends are living in like various states. And it's kind of like tough. You're like, some nights I just sit here like, damn, like all my friends are... I gotta just like text him, call him, FaceTime. Can't really chill in like person. I can't really see him as like often. Now there are some that live like the state by us.
Yeah.
In like in Indiana and like Wisconsin. So it's kind of like whatever. It's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. Right. But
still,
I feel like once you get older, it's kind of hard to coordinate schedules. Like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So basically, like this the common theme of like how to maintain your current and existing friendships, right? And then also creating new ones in your 20s are kind of hard. Like once because like we're not in that college setting where it's kind of structured in a way to meet people. Like,
Right.
you go to class with people, if you live on campus, you're always around people. Like, there's no, like,
Right.
house parties show up to and make
Exactly.
friends when you're, like, drunk or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
so now, like, you know, we're in our 20s. I'm in my mid-20s, right?
Yeah.
You're almost there. You're pretty much there.
I am.
We have, like, our own, like, house and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, how do you make new friends or more friends
Right.
when you're in full-blown, like, adulthood, basically?
No, seriously. I've been struggling with that a lot. Like, especially for, like, us. Like, we live in a new town, too. Like, so not even where we, like, grew up and, like, made those friendships from, like, high school and stuff like that, or even college. So it's even harder now being in a place where, like, we have family, but we don't have friends. So, yeah, it's tough to... Because, like, it's like, okay, we're learning the city, but we're also trying to figure out where in the city, like, do we fit to make friends, you know? Like, where, like you said, like, where is that spot? So, yeah, it's really difficult and can feel lonely, but also, like, I don't know, I've been trying to, like, honestly, like, sounds lame as hell, but, like, look up ways to, like, find friends because, like, it's hard. Like, you can't just, like, walk out. And also, like, I'm not the person to walk out and just, like, go talk to somebody. Like, that is hard for me.
Yeah.
Like, I am not confident in that way to go and, like, start a friendship. So, like, I think that's also the hard part is, like, if you want to make a friend in your 20s, it's not as easy as, like, when you were younger to just go talk to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like it came so much more genuine when we're younger. Also because, like, I don't know, our confidence isn't defeated by life at that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least for me. So, like, I don't know, that's hard. But, I don't know, I've been kind of stole the idea from you a little bit to, like, look up events, like, in the area, too, to kind of just, like, get us out there in the area to see what's out there and, like, places to go and see where people migrate. And I don't know, I do feel, like, jealous, like, seeing people hanging out, like, when we do go out there and, like, friends and stuff, because I'm like, dang, we don't know anybody in this city yet, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It is hard, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I wish that we had advice for people in our 20s dealing with, like, the same thing, but, like, we're still figuring it out, too.
Right.
It's tough because I feel like a lot of people, when they're older, do meet at social events, like maybe going out to, like, a bar or something.
Yeah.
But we don't really go out often.
Right.
And, like, I know we could just go out for the sake of meeting friends, but, like, that's kind of a waste of time, honestly. Like,
but still,
I'm not that big of, like, a drinker to, like, begin with anymore. Like,
right.
I don't want to be at a bar till bar close.
Yeah, no.
Most times, like, that seems like whatever. And I feel like, too, a lot of people just, like, make friends through their current friendships. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of, like, weird. Like, if you were really close to someone, right, and they started dating someone, let's say, like, another guy, like,
then
I could be friends with that guy. I feel
right.
like that happens most often, too.
Yeah.
When you're, like, going through this, but I don't know. I mean, I don't have too many thoughts other than, like, it just sucks, like,
right.
being away from your best friend, especially like I already said, like, I've been growing up with, like, the same people forever. Like, I've had the same best friend for years. Like,
yeah,
I mean, since I was, like, 7.
Yeah,
it's almost 20
true.
years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's tough. It's tough for sure.
Yeah. Really quick before we move on, I was going to kind of go back to, like, the maintaining relationships, because that's also something I've really been struggling with too, is, like, since moving, like, it is hard to, like, be in contact with other friends that are, like, at home, or, like, how you said, like, friends that have, like, moved away or something like that. And I've really been in this, like, groove of, like, I think I've said this before, but, like, also, like, making sure I, like, stay in contact with those people, but also, like, if those people you're trying to stay in contact with, like, don't make the effort to, like, contact you or, like, hang out with you or come see you, like, I'm kind of just at the, like, I'm kind of done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the phone works both ways.
Right. Like, I'm willing to go and visit them or anything like that, but then, like, if it's not, like, reciprocated, it kind of just stinks sometimes, because it's like, okay, we're both traveling both ways, we're taking the same amount of time, so I don't know, it's just frustrating. So, like, if that's, like, something for you too, like, I feel like that's common for a lot of people who move, and it's like, they're like, when are you gonna come home? And it's like, when are you gonna come see me, you know?
Yeah, be like, I'm not going back home.
Right.
Like, that's not my home anymore. Like,
right.
I'm not this, like, I don't know. I just don't want to just drive back to my hometown all the damn time to see my, like, friends.
Right.
That they're still there.
Like, yeah, like, we're making a life here, and we want, like, people to come see us, too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, that's difficult, too. Like, something I've been struggling with, so if other people are struggling with that, like, you're definitely not alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we definitely don't have any, like, answers. Like, because, again, we're still figuring it out. But what's cool about today's world is we are always just a text message or a phone call or a FaceTime call away from people. So that is like the plus where I can text my friends whenever, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yes. Tough, but you guys are not alone.
All right, Brooke. The people come here to learn about TV.
Exactly.
And movies.
Yes.
And we have news about a very famous show.
Yes.
It's arguably one of the best shows probably ever made.
Literally, like, amazing. Best acting I've ever seen in my life.
Like, in the history of Hollywood.
Yeah, like, show-stopping.
This is, like, number one. And that show is The Idol.
Exactly.
I can't even keep a straight face when I say that. For those that don't know, The Idol sucks. So we're being very sarcastic right now.
It is interesting.
And I want to bring it up. I know we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
And I hate just to kind of harp on it some more. Because I don't want this show to be about us just being negative towards something. I'm sure a lot of people worked hard on the show.
Yeah.
And I don't want to crap on it. But news just came out a couple of days ago that on Sunday, the 5th episode will be the final one of this season and maybe of the entire series.
Yeah. Like, they said they're not sure if there's going to be another season, and there was supposed to be more episodes, but they cut it short.
So it's really just because the people have spoken as, like, the show sucks. Take this off.
I honestly think so. Like, I don't know. I've seen a couple interviews and stuff, too. Like, I figured out the actress's name. I feel like we always talk about them, and then after we record, I remember Lily Rose Depp is the
daughter of Johnny Depp.
Yeah, and she plays Jocelyn, the main character. And she had, like, an interview, and she's like, oh, a bunch of people are, like, talking about, you know, the graphic content. And she's like, I felt so safe on set or whatever.
Of course you do.
And I knew what the character was going to entail. Like, this is something I wanted to do, and, like, it's not for everybody. I mean, which is true. Like, okay, like, graphic content is not for everybody. But I don't think that's also, like, what people are not liking. Like, people watch graphic shows all the time. It's, like, the fact that it's, like, it's taken to another level where it's almost, like, it makes you, like, cringe a little and, like,
it's just
feel
a bad
uncomfortable.
Show. It's just a bad show. I can't think of one right now, but I watched plenty of, like, shows, like, oh, that's messed up, or it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's not like an awful show.
Yeah.
Like, this show is just awful.
Right.
The acting, the writing, like, all of it. It's just, like, to its core, just a bad show. I don't know how HBO Max even, like, I don't know if they pitched this to the Weeknd or the Weeknd pitched this to them and they took it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how this stuff even got past the screening.
Well,
like, no one watched this and was like, show sucks.
What's going on? Well, right. And, like, we've talked, like, us two, that, like, the story of itself is not bad. It's just how it's executed. Like, okay, the story of, like, a pop star getting wrapped up into, like,
some cult.
This cultish vibe and, like, trying to, like, go through her traumas. Like, yeah, like, the premise of it is intriguing. That's why we're also, like, watching it. But, like you said, like, the acting and the way it's executed is just... it's just what's not good. But, like, and I don't know, to me, like, the graphic content that, like, is taken to, like, kind of messed up extreme is just, like, not for me either. And I think that's what a lot of people are, like, I don't care about the graphic content. It's just, like, the way it's taken. It just makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay for a show making me feel uncomfortable. Again, if it was, like, good.
That's true, too,
like,
I guess.
Like, we talked about Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's what I was
That makes
thinking
people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's a good series. So people watch it.
That's facts.
You know? So, like, there's the art behind it, right? So, like, not every show is supposed to be, like, funny or, like, rainbows and sunshine. Like, some stuff is supposed to be weird.
That's true.
Right? But when it's just bad, like, I don't know, like, and I don't know, I don't know enough, like, the actual, like, terms to describe, like the whole, like, TV or, like, I don't, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe no one knows what I'm talking about. But, like, there's, like, technical terms for, like, a show.
Why am I, like, blanking right now? I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of what it's called.
It's okay. I just use, like, the obvious blanket terms, like bad writing and, like, acting. But I'm sure there's more, like, technical term for it. It's just not a good show.
Yeah, no.
But I watched it now because I want to know what, like, happens.
Exactly.
And the fact that it's going to end on the 5th episode means there's going to be, like, a cliffhanger, which makes sense because the story's not supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be, like, is it even worth watching the finale if it's going to be, like, we're not going to get any, like, answers from it?
I don't know. Because now I'm intrigued. Like, I think they said they, like, picked the episode, or maybe, I don't know, did they add to it? I don't know. But they said they were able to, like, end where it's at.
Okay. Well,
so, like, I don't know.
See what happens.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. We'll know by Sunday. I think it comes 7 p.m.?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Just know we'll keep you updated.
Yes. Something new. I don't know if this is new, but ESPN is laying off 20-ish TV personalities.
Oh, wow.
So I think they went through a first round of layoffs, and then now they're laying off, like, on-screen people, like announcers, analysts, whatever, like the actual people with, like, the mics talking.
Yeah.
On, like, the TV screen. Which is crazy because, like, a lot of people there have been around for, like, a while.
Yeah.
And they're not just being, like, let go. And I think it's because one of my favorite content creators named Pat McAfee got signed. So his entire team got signed by ESPN for, like, an $85 million contract.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of, like, they're just shifting their philosophy from, like, having on-screen personalities to having, like, a full-on just separate show, like, content creation related show.
Yeah. Because
Pat McAfee's live Monday through Fridays for, like, 3 hours, I think, each, like, day. So it makes you wonder if the two are correlated at all. I mean, I think it is, because even Pat McAfee said, I think starting in July, he'll be on ESPN, I think. He made a nice long post on Twitter. Okay. And then it was a group photo of the entire Pat McAfee team. Yeah. So I think, and, like, he mentioned that, like, hey, our main goal is to make sure the layoffs at ESPN don't happen again. So, by pretty much saying that he's going to make the company a bunch of money, so then the company doesn't have to lay off
so many people.
Dozens of people, yeah.
So, like, about how many people are, like, on his, like, show or, like, team?
Eyeballing, probably, like, 15.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, do the numbers add up? Like, is it close? So
yeah, I would say there's, like, it's about 15. There's, on that, like, group photo he posted on his Twitter account, like, it looked about 15. Yeah. And he said some people were, like, missing, so it could be, like, 20.
Wow. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's related. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it sucks for, like, those people for working for ESPN because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot about the whole network, but I feel like you said, like, a lot of them have been there for a long time. And, like, there's not many of them, like, that are on screen, like, all the time. To me, that I recognize.
Yeah, well, you don't really watch ESPN.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's why I was like, okay, like, I feel like some of the, like, guys that I see talking are, like, the same ones that I mostly see. But, I mean, also, like, good for ESPN kind of, like, changing to, like, current times, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, like, good and bad in it, because, like, I don't know, it seems like they're kind of adapting to, like, what people like.
Well, this goes to a different conversation, but I can see this being a trend around just those mega media companies.
Yeah.
Because when you see the rise of, like, the actual individual content creators, like what we're doing,
yeah,
right? There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe, like, times are shifting where, like, that's why ESPN kind of acquired Pat McAfee in his show, because I was watching Pat McAfee
over
more than ESPN. Like, dude, I haven't actually watched ESPN, like, a full show in, like, years. One, because the quality went down.
Yeah.
And two is, like, I have certain content creators that I watch. I have Pat McAfee for the national football coverage. And then I have, since I'm a Bears fan, I watch Bears-related content creators.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to watch ESPN.
That's true.
Okay. And I don't even like their show more than the content creators. Like, I think they put on a better product than actual ESPN. So, like, what if they just basically acquire more content creators for their content?
So they don't go out of business kind of thing. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like...
That is true, though. That makes sense, though. Like, if they're worried that, like, their viewership is going to go away because of these people, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it probably... From a business standpoint, I see why they acquired Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of keep them, what you said, alive.
Yeah.
And bring back the viewership to the ESPN
realm, yeah.
Yeah. But I wonder if one day the in-studio stuff will end up being not a vital part, because that's mostly what ESPN is. It's like, picture a news network and anchors at, like, a desk, talk about stuff. They just talk about news, like sport news.
Yeah.
Right? So what if, like, one day, like, actual in-studio, I don't know like what the word is, like, in-studio creation, right, is no longer a thing. They just acquire certain content creators and pretty much live stream
from
whenever they, like, film their, like, show.
That is a good point too. Who knows? I feel like stuff like that is evolving, like, all the time. Yeah,
because that's what Pat McAfee and his team are doing. Like, they have the FanDuel Thunderdome.
Underdome.
Yeah. So, like, they're not moving to, like, ESPN headquarters and having a show there.
Oh,
like,
they're still staying where they're at?
Yeah, they're still staying where they are at. It's just ESPN is now live streaming their show at like, the same time. So it'll be on, like, YouTube. And I think it might be on the ESPN YouTube account, and then also on ESPN. Gotcha. Or one of the ESPN channels.
Okay.
So, like, they're not like they're moving at all. Like, they're staying put. Like, everything's exactly the same. It's just the show is now on ESPN.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's going to make a turn to something like that.
I can see that.
I see it too.
There's a big content creator boom right now.
For sure. Yeah.
See what happens. All right, Brooke. Enough about Pat McAfee getting $85 million from ESPN.
Yeah, we're done with that talk.
He's my, like, idol, though. Like,
you do watch him a lot.
I love Pat.
He's
like,
pretty good.
Pat and the boys. Like,
and the boys.
I want to be on the show.
Ride or dies. You'd be good on the show.
Dude, I would drop everything right now to be on the show.
I know you would.
Like, if he called me up right now, he's like, Brendyn, come on down to Indy. Shout out.
Bye.
I'll be like, see ya. Like, I'm packing my stuff. Like, all right, Brooke, let's go.
Right. Like, I'd say bye to teaching. I don't think I'd have to teach anymore, right? Like, I think I would teach
anymore. Facts. Like, facts. We're getting that bag.
I'd be chilling.
that McAfee bag.
You'd be doing something fun that you liked. Like, hey, it's, like, basically not even a job. So, like, I don't know.
They had a segment yesterday of the dude is eating, like, hot dogs. Because the 4th of July, they have, like, the hot dog eating. Yeah, they have one of, like, the dudes just come on screen and eat, like, I think it was, like, 7 hot dogs in, like, 5 minutes or something like that. I'm like, see, this is what I want to, like, that's the best job ever. Come on. Okay, enough about that, though. So, if you have student loan forgiveness, you're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to know this.
Yes.
You probably already did. But yesterday, on Friday, news came out that the Supreme Court shot down President Biden's plan for student loan forgiveness.
Boo.
It's not a thing. It's not going to happen.
Whack.
President Biden saying, "Oh, we're not giving up the fight." And it's like, bro, you might not even be president by this time. Like in 2024, like you don't have that much more like time, dude. I'm just being real here. Like
that is fact.
That's what that was like one of his main points, right? When he was running for president, is like we're gonna get the student loan debt down.
Yeah, and he didn't even do it.
No, he knew he couldn't do it. It was just like a talking point in my own thoughts. I don't know much about like politics, so I kind of steer away. Like I get close to like the exit to talk about politics, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna just go back on like the main road here.
Seriously, same.
But Brooke, with that being said, what are your initial thoughts, feelings, reactions, opinions to the Supreme Court officially just shutting down the student loan forgiveness stuff?
Well, I'm kind of sad because, I mean, hey, $10,000 off my loans would have been really nice. But, I mean, to be honest, I really don't have that much student loan debt because I basically paid for my own first 2 years of college and community college.
Smart.
And, like, with scholarships and stuff, too.
Smart.
So, like, I don't owe anything for my first 2 years, and then, like, basically my student loan debt is from my last 2 years at university, so I don't have that much, but, I mean, hey, it would have been nice, and, I don't know, just, I wasn't actually sure if it really was gonna happen, so I wasn't also trying to get, like, my hopes up, but it has been nice to, like, have the pause though, because I don't know, for me it was really convenient because like COVID hit and like I graduated in 2021, so like I graduated and have not had to pay a student loan yet.
Yeah.
So like I've just been chilling and it's been nice to like not have to put my money towards that and like all the other things I have to pay for in life now. So like now it's gonna suck to like have to go to pay that, but might enroll in a master's program soon, so it's kind of on pause again now. So
2 more years of deferment, baby.
Exactly. So put that off. But I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to get $10,000 off, but like I don't know, I guess I'm not super hurt about it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I think my thoughts about the Supreme Court officially saying hell no to this plan was like, yeah, it would have been nice to have $10,000 to take it off my bottom line, but again, like I didn't expect that to even happen.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of been like a long fight, so you kind of figured like this is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And again, like don't get me wrong, I would have been super grateful to have $10,000 taken off my bottom line.
Right.
But at the same time, that's kind of a drop in a bucket for me personally because I have more than like student loan debt than like you do.
Right.
So like.
It would have only been a dent. I mean, I feel like a lot of people have a lot of debt, so like
yeah, it would have been like and personally, like I knew the risk involved with going to grad school, like or going to college, like in general, like we all know college is super expensive and like student loan debt is like a thing. It has been for I don't know, like decades now. I feel like college tuition has just skyrocketed.
Right.
So I mean, I was fully prepared to pay it off, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you choose a path or a program that's going to get you, you know, a pay increase once you're done, like,
right.
You have to factor that in, right? Because,
right,
like,
exactly.
I luckily work in a space where, like, I'm paid pretty well, so
right.
I can pay back my loan. So I know everyone's not like that, but I think we gotta put some of the onus on us people. Be like, you have to look at the outlook of your program in your career path and then kind of the pros and cons. It's like, okay, if I went to grad school and I incurred X number of like debt, right?
Yeah.
Will I be able to get a salary to pay off that debt,
right.
and then also live like a good life,
right?
Like have money for everything else. Like, so those are kind of my thoughts on it. I know I'll probably get hate for thinking that because a lot of people expected the 10K to hit their, bottom line and get like slashed out and stuff like that. But I think that's just facts. Like if you go into a program and you choose a career, like you can't be like, oh, I got a grad degree in this and I'm only making like $40,000 a year. It's like, well, like, was that career path the best choice then? I'm going to grad school, the best choice then.
Right.
You know what I mean? So again, I know I probably hate for thinking that, but I think it's...
I mean, it is what it is right now. I mean, yeah, I definitely think, like, college should be more affordable for sure. But it's like, again, like, this is what we're dealt with right now. And like you said, like, maybe not everybody knows the risk of, like, going into it and, like, the money you owe when you go get out of it kind of thing. But, like, you do have to start paying that back, like, after you graduate, So, I don't know. It's kind of just, like, what we're dealt with. And, yeah, like, it'd be cool if we could get somewhere where it's, like, more affordable for, like, everybody to get a college education if they wanted to. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of just, like, what we're dealt with at the time. And, like, is it great? No. But, like you said, it's, like, what we do to get, like, the job we want and the pay we want.
Yeah. I mean, the general rule of thumb I followed when looking at college, or I guess more like grad school programs, is like if you don't expect your salary to be higher than what you're paying for this grad school program, then don't do it.
That's true.
Like if your grad school program costs $40,000 and your estimated salary after completing that program is $40,000. Right. Like, that's not a good investment of your time and money. Right. Like, you need to make sure you're making, safely probably double the cost of your grad school program. Right. And maybe even like 3 times the cost of your grad school program, depending on where you go. I know some, like, my grad school program wasn't a whole lot at NIU. I studied data analytics, and it was online, so it was a little bit cheaper. It was like $30,000. Sure. So I felt kind of safe. Like, if I'm working in the data analytics space, if I'm not making more than $30,000, right, like then something's wrong. Right. Like, I'm not good then, or something like that. Right. So, and again, I know that's pretty cheap. If you go more of a, I don't know, prestige. Yeah, prestige school. Like, I know some programs are like 6 figures.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. So I think so, at least. Like, I can see like a Harvard.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I know it's kind of extreme.
So,
like,
I don't know.
I'm not smart enough to go to an Ivy League school, so I will never even apply there. But there are some like programs that are pretty high in like tuition, and I feel like you got this way, like the pros and cons. Just know that like you're gonna have to pay that like money back at some point. I mean, the money has to come from like somewhere.
That's facts.
So if, say, the student loan forgiveness plan did go through, right, that money probably come from, like, taxpayers, right? So the money comes from somewhere. Nothing's ever free. Right. But I do think it's a little bit, like, weird how... I get it, it's, like, it's business versus, like, individuals, but, like, the PPP loan stuff, like, a lot of people got, I think, relief, like, a lot of relief for their PPP loan debt. Yeah. During, like, the whole, like, COVID time. Yeah. And this sucks that, like, us people, like, can't get any debt relief, but...
Yeah. It is what it is now, I guess.
Yeah. It just seems kind of like... It's just, that aspect does make it sucky. Like, yeah. It's like, damn, like...
Right, like, give me something.
We can't get a little bit. You helped out all these, like, business owners and whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. Those are my initial thoughts. Again, I probably will get hate for it because I'm not part of the camp. It's like, no, give me whatever. I'm entitled to the $10,000 slashed off my bottom line. Yeah. Like me personally, I knew the risk going into grad school and just even college in general. I knew I had to pay back the debt at some point. Yeah. So again, I'm not really too taken aback from the Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah. Same. I'm not too fazed by it, but then again, like I said, I don't have that much, so.
And you're like, it's like whatever. Right. You're like, it's like pocket change.
Money for me. Exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it.
Same. Right. If you watched the episode this long. Thank you. Let us know what you think of the student loan forgiveness news. We want to hear others' opinions and feedback and whatnot. So
definitely.
Yeah, but Brooke, I think that wraps up episode 21.
It does. We're done.
21.
21. Can you do something?
Okay, we're ending it there. All right, guys. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yes. But again, we're still ending the show. So hope you all have a great week. We'll try to be better next time. Hope you all have a great and safe holiday weekend here.
Yes.
4th of July is on Tuesday. It's a kind of weird day, but
random timing. But I'm here for a holiday, so let's go.
Same. All right, y'all. Take care, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
See ya.